Alright, looking at the market right now. London session is open. Should be a big day today. President Trump. Yeah, gold. I was in buys, got stopped out. I'm still in buys. Took re-entries around 46.50 not that long ago. I got stopped out, lost a little bit of money. And I took re-entries around 46.50. I mean, market's kind of just been ranging right now. Everything's kind of just ranging right now. Even Euro USD just kind of ranging. Everything's kind of just like waiting. I think the market will really move after today with like more expansions. We'll probably see some expansions out of these ranges that some things are making. Some currency pairs even, you can just kind of see coming into April so far. We're still like fresh into the month kind of, but like you can see the month so far. Some things ranging a bit. We'll probably see some expansions out of like these ranges, pockets that prices trading within. Yeah, if you look at like Euro USD on the daily time frame, chilling around like $1.15, but if you look at the daily, it's just kind of ranging. Same with even GU. GU's kind of just ranging. News keeps changing. When you look at like some of the headlines. So headlines are waiting to see what the president has to say and if this deal is getting made. Because President Trump might delay. Maybe he's just saying that so he can go blow more stuff up. Like, and negotiators are pessimistic. Iran will bend to meet President Trump's demand to reopen the strait. That's a really big deal, that strait. That is a very fragile deal. With the daily activity. Right now, the daily activity with that strait is not up to what it was, how it's used to be. How the activity is usually. It's affecting oil. This is paving the way for U.S. to target Iran bridges and power plants and a fresh escalation. So Trump's deadline is now like 18 hours away, under 20 hours away. Is he gonna go in and blow stuff up? Oil prices are being affected because now it's affecting like a supply chain, a import export, ships, the amount of ships that are passing through there as of today that usually pass through. There's not as many ships passing through. Oil 115. The more it stays like this, the more that oil will go up. Oil doesn't have to go up forever, but the more it stays like this, the more it could squeeze up. Like successfully opening that strait. There's a lot of conflict going around that whole entire area. You can see one side of the world is just pretty much, and then like even Ukraine and Russia is escalating now. There's a lot more news coming out of even Ukraine, Russia escalation. One side of the world right now is literally, something's happened in Cuba. Fires in Havana. I know like Cuba had some like electricity-ish problem too. You can see one side of the world right now is literally just like, what's happening right here? What's this? Lincoln came under attack. Iran claims. No officials confirmed. Pull out, call it a lot. Yeah, this is U.S. pulling out. Like, what's going on with this thing? We don't really actually know what's happening out there too. Like, the media. What's this? British nuclear powered submarine in area. I'm like looking at I'm like, what's this little freaking thing in the water? Like, what is that? What's going on here? This is in here. We go right here. This little thing. Possible plans to take Karg Island. I think we know about that. Karg Island could be an issue. Oh, it's just like. So there's just like every day, like even with Ukraine and Russia, I've watched this just heat up. More stuff has happened even in St. Petersburg, Russia, Moscow, Russia. I think something might have even happened. Russia sending drones. Even up here, yeah, like there's a fragile situation going on. A lot going on in those areas. It's April, May, seasonality. Gold's not going to dump, but it's going to probably chop around. Like, it's probably going to hold its price longer term. Even if this war ends, like, think about it. Like, I don't think it's just going to end. Like ending this war, the damages, the uncertainty for the future. Like, it's definitely, U.S. is an interesting place. Got a lot going on out there. Striking in Iran ports. Trump might be, they're saying delay. He tends to do that, and then he comes in like, bam. That wouldn't be good. I don't think. Well, we're like 18 hours away, I think, from his deadline for his ultimatum. I think, coming into this week, we're just that's why we're seeing a little bit of up, down, up, pumps, dumps. Dollar more holding itself with this, potentially further escalation. I think more escalation would mean more dollar strength. So we have to see if this de-escalates, but more escalation is probably going to lead to more dollar strength overall. If things just escalate. Like, I don't know, what if U.S. attacks and Iran doesn't back down? Like, one way or another, it's not good for, like, Iran, like, what they have to agree to, the country, like, if they're going to bend to Trump's demands for the country, like, if they're going to agree to his negotiations, they might just go out as hard as they can with that, right? So it's like he has these demands. The country might not want to go out with those demands. So they might just say, hey, let's just go, let's fight till we can, or we'll go out there, What are they charging, like $2 million? I think there's ships passing, but I think with Iran's approval. So no U.S. ships can go through that strait. So one thing you guys got to understand is no U.S. ships or Israeli ships or any ships with like U.S. ties are allowed to go through that strait. They will be targeted. So that's kind of one thing to understand right now. With the oil situation, any U.S. ships are not are allowed to go through. Not allowed to go through there. They will, they can, but they will be targeted. Israeli and Iran's approving ships. They have approved, but they're charging $2 million per voyage. 2 million per voyage. I'm pretty sure, like, usually on a daily basis, hundreds and hundreds of ships pass through there. Maybe on a daily basis, I'm pretty sure like 125 ships pass a day to 200 range. Right now, I think there's like 5 to 10 or something. So think about it, on a daily basis, usually hundreds of ships pass through there, go in and out. Right now, like, you got like 5 ships a day, maybe. I think that were confirmed the other day. Not a lot. So that's the oil situation. That's why gas pumps, you're seeing it at the gas pumps. Great time to buy a new car. Rolls Royce. Yeah, that's why we're seeing oil almost hit 120. Like, oil prices. So I think the longer that like stays as it is, oil could keep trying to squeeze. Yeah, gold, like, not the, like, we're getting some interesting price action. I've seen some good setups in the beginning of the week, but I missed them. Like, early on, early on yesterday, there were some good moves. We need like a break right now. Price could drop. Like, I'm in some small buys, but we would need price to like really shift up. Like, if we get like a shift up here, wait for a pullback, and then you could maybe get this move up. I went for it once earlier tonight, didn't work out. I saw like this 5-minute wick down. There was a crazy wick down. So, all right, gonna go for buys. That didn't work out. Yeah, like, really confirm, because you can see there's like a high there that's kind of just like chilling a range that the market's formed with these lows. So, like, getting above there, like shifting above there would be, like, in this case, better, like a way better confirmation. If you're gonna wait for like a better confirmation, shifting above this area, like the highs, then that could take you for a potential move up. If you get like a strong enough shift that closes above there, there's sort of a range there you can see built up here. So if you're able to like shift above there and really like a solid move up, it doesn't have to happen like here, but like maybe even later, shifting up above the highs. Doesn't have to be that big of a move, but like a shift above, retracement, then 4650 could be potentially used again, because that would mean probably the 4 hour. Then that would mean like higher time frames close bullish above there if you get like a stronger shift. So that would be like a better confirmation. Yeah, I saw some 9 p.m. I saw a crazy wick down, and I was like, all right, gonna go for buys, and literally got stopped out quick, and I was like, damn. And I was gonna go for a sell on the pullback, but I was like, man, don't want to send a trade out that quick. There could have been a recovery on like this quick sell. It wasn't even there actually, or was it? I literally got stopped out, and I was debating on sending a sell for this, and then it would have been a quick move, and I was like, on like the break and retest. Once it broke down, I was like, there's a break and retest happening here. So like 4650, if you get above that, like stronger above that, like I was watching for that here. I watched it reclaim 4650, and I was like, wow. I was watching here maybe for another signal, but I was like, nah, this thing looks like too crazy right now. So it formed those highs, and that's, if you get like a strong close above 4650, it could try to go for like a retest. If you see dollar weakness in that, yeah, if we looking like there might be more escalation, like dollar looks bearish here on the daily candle. If you see a bearish dollar with like that could be like a better play for like more confirmed getting above, break retest situation. 4 hour reacted at like an interesting area. When you look at like the 4 hour chart, there was like this reaction. So you have to be careful with buys right now. Like, I'm taking small trades. That was like the first trade I literally took this week. Was that area reacted? Like that would have been like a really good entry zone around, what was it, 4,700. So there is like a break there from the high to the low. You can sort of see high, low. We did break here, this point here that I just marked with the circle. We have rejection in there. So when you look at that price action on gold, like when you look at this, you just sort of have like this range building up. Channel, I mean. From that move down. Angle that up more. There. So you look at this, right? So in this case now, like 46.50, it reacted a few times. It didn't really work tonight. Getting a shift above it could be better, like I was explaining before. There was strong sellers here. Those sellers might be trying to hold it down to like a continuation down to like 4,500, where it makes like one wave down and next wave down. Could be trying to go for that when you look at like where it reacted at $4,700 on the 4-hour chart. If you go to the 4-hour, you could maybe see it on the 4-hour here, right? That's like, there could be a dump on price. That could be like, if you look at this area, 4,700, there was a resistance there, and now, like anytime prices actually drop, bearish, and bearish. Yeah, like a channel there, almost like a flag pattern, like a channel building up on price. So if like that 4-hour low doesn't hold, like it looks like potential like market could go for like a continuation down to like literally 4,500. That would be a big move. I don't think that would be a random move if there's escalation with this war. Today could be power plant day for all we know. Today might be power plant day. So more escalation, probably like dollar would pump. I think on more escalation, dollar would pump. War news like that, I think we'd see like a dollar pump quick in this case. And that could be like a bear flag, potentially loading like a breakout down to 4,500 if this is, you have one wave down. You have this wave down. Market's been kind of just chopping around here. There was a nice structure shift here, and now like, okay, we're at the low. It's like if this doesn't hold, if buyers don't step in, then we could break down, right, to like $4,500, which is a daily level. On 4,500. That is a daily level. That's a daily level. We go daily chart and we mark $4,500. That's a psychological level, as a lot of you guys should know if you tune into the streams. We talk about it pretty much like every day. So at 4,500, there is a daily level. Price for now literally is just holding 4,600 on gold. So for bullish, you could wait for 4,500 on the daily. You can still see how just kind of coming into this week, the last like 3 days, we're on the third day here. It's just kind of it came down to 4,600, tapped it, kind of tapped it, and we're just hovering above 4,600 right now on gold. So you have some interesting key levels there, especially after 2 days now. We've just kind of seen price hovering above 4,600. These would be psychological levels. If you know what a whole number is, smash the like button. Most of you guys should know. All right. Shout out whole numbers. All right. Smash the like button for whole numbers. All right. So most of you guys should be familiar with concepts like that. So we can see like daily time frame 1, 2. Now we're on third day, kind of just hovering above 4,600, holding it a bit, right? Daily level there, down at 4,500. So maybe two important levels, maybe to monitor, keep an eye on. Like, if you're bullish, it's like, do we hold 4,600? If you're bullish, can we hold 4,600? That's gonna need some dollar weakness. You're going to need to see dollar flip daily, which, I mean, dollar has an interesting structure here on daily, which usually, like from my trading, I would usually I'd be shorting this, right? Usually I'd be shorting this. I'll be usually shorting this. So like I would be maybe looking for buys on Euro USD or buys on GBP USD. I mean, with this war and how things escalate tomorrow, what happens tomorrow, there could be just volatility spikes, right? Volatility dumps, volatility spikes. Normal price action, it'd be kind of just like smooth to say, oh, this looks like good daily sells potentially. We have potential rejection here on the daily, which shows you why like Euro USD is here on the daily. If you look at Euro on the daily, low, high. Interesting price action there on Euro USD daily, right? When you look at the low, high. Can that, daily rejection potentially push up, right? That's normally what we look at. Normally we would look at things like this, right? Now we know the market's kind of awaiting tomorrow too, right? And then like look at Euro as we break it down 4 hour. We know it has that daily structure. When you break it down on 4 hour, you have your highs here. Almost like a head and shoulders here, right? Here we're low. Took that out. So what do you have here on Euro? You guys should be able to see it. Left, head and shoulders potentially, right? Kind of building up in there. Up, down, potentially go up. You can see the formation here. You got the low. Lower low. High, we broke out of that. So you can see Euro actually looking more like a buy setup, right? Daily. Shout out whole numbers. Wait till I teach you guys currency pairs. That's going to be the next stage. Like phase 1 was just all gold because fuck, like I don't trade currency pairs. So I've been building currency pair lessons and stuff. Like that's the next phase, going to be making videos on currency pairs. Wait till I show you guys how to trade GBP USD. Wait till I show you guys whole numbers on GBP USD. Stuff you guys don't even know yet. You guys don't even know that part yet. You guys don't even know that yet. Euro, look at Euro. You could see this 4 hour structure, right? What do we got? A little bit lower low here made. Took out the high to the left. Euro looks interesting to say the least, right? That needs dollar weakness, which, I mean, daily to me Even when I look at 4 hour dollar, we got high, low, high. We made this lower, lower, low. We got this high. We got this potential area rejection here, where it'd be like, that's typically how we look at things a lot of times. I mean, depends. Like euro could fly up. Depends on dollar. Euro could try to fly up if dollar has that weakness. Dollar, I do see that daily candle we got here, yesterday's candle. If you're new to the channel, make sure you get subscribed, follow, so you don't miss out when I go live. We got a lot of stuff to probably talk about after tomorrow. Figure out what happens tomorrow. And Wednesday, a lot of news this week, news on Friday. So, hey man, market side. This is the most vol. I've been trading 11 years. This is the most volatility, like the most volatile market I've ever experienced myself since COVID, since COVID-19. Even last year was even, the tariffs weren't even as much as this. So yeah, that's like, if I look at gold, 4 hour, let's see, like we do still have some internal structures that haven't broken on gold fully, technically speaking. Fully, like we have that shift down, which could, yes, bring us down, but it could flip into a buy. For example, here, let me show you what I mean. Let's go here. So if you look at this drop, all right, we'll look at this. There was a shift up out of that drop, created a high. It retraced, made a low, and then there was a spring back. You had a drop. Market came up, broke down, lower low, ran up, new highs. All right, remember that. I'll go back in a bit. Look here, you have a shift up after, again, a very similar type of drop. I'm using that drop as an example. This price is doing something similar to what it did last time when we had this first drop. So when you look at this shift up, retracement came up into a new high. Now we just had a drop. And yeah, that drop could go go up, and it could turn into another drop, take out these lows, but then boom, go up, new highs. I kind of just explained that here, this part. So when you look at this low here, it could get taken out. That could turn into potentially a buy setup afterwards. It would be like, let's just say we're right here. Like it would be like being here in this, after this drop. Retracement, drop down, takes out the low. Looks like I'm scribbling now. You take out this low, and you start to accumulate, and you get a buyout. That would be this low. You take that out, it could, right? Market could go up, break down, or it could take out the high, break down, and you take out the low. You take out that low, that's when it's like, okay, start observing price, watching price. If we go here, you can go back to here. When we had this drop on gold, and when it actually shifted out, right? This drop, this drop. into a low. This could go into a low. Or if it really wants to, depending on dollar, maybe that's a trend continuation down, test the low, but I would say at least break that low, go down to like 4,500. That could be something potentially building up. Which would be like what happened here, similar to what happened here. We had the breakdown. Breakdown. You can see how they both recovered price. They both breakdowns had that shift out. You know, you have like that initial shift here actually, and then the bigger one, right? Like you have the low. Now, why would I be comparing, you know, this to that? Because they are comparable in the sense of the drop. So if I wanted to take something that happened that might be difficult to explain or out of context in time or like seem crazy, let's say, like, whoa, what happened? There might be clues to be able to investigate on previous price actions, so similarity, right? Like this. What could I compare the biggest drop we've seen in 43 years on gold to, right? Well, actually, if I look over here, this drop in a sense, right? If I really wanted to kind of dissect price. So you could see similarity going on right now. We did push up here. And we did push up here. Now we're looking at this drop as this drop. Oh, wait. All right. Just making sure the mic was on. Y'all can hear me? Type in the chat. Yeah, you guys can hear me good? So we have the low. We have the, whoops. We have the low. So we could look at this two ways. Does the low hold? One. It's always a possibility, right? Now we know there's going to be some crazy volatility tomorrow. Today, tomorrow. What's the probability of it taking out the low? It's probable it could take the low out, right? How that moved down, like it did over here. Potentially that could turn into a swing up, however. Saying we take out the low, lower low. Know what I'm saying? So I mean, potentially like the low could hold. We're in the low, like market's in a low, but it could break, make a lower low. That would line up with the daily level. Remember I went over the daily. Boom, bada, boom, bada, boom. So we could be looking at, alright, lower low and structure. Unless Trump just comes in guns, I don't know. Like it's a different. Tomorrow's gonna be like an interesting day. So that's why I'm just being super patient, not even trying to predict things so much, because the market right now is sometimes a little unpredictable. With every day you wake up and it's like, what just happened? I kind of want tomorrow to just be kind of over and see what happens. It's like, yo, hurry up. What are we, 17, 18 hours away? That is a possibility. Smash the like button, yo. Smash the like button. Don't forget, fam. Alright. Where we at? And that's holding, right now we're holding 4,600. So remember what I broke down. Now we're holding 4,600 right now. Maybe we go down to 4,500. That's like around the daily level that I marked before. Where was that? I took it off. Yeah, both drops. If you actually study both drops, if you study both these big drops that happened on gold, if you study both these drops that happened on gold, right? You can see some similarity. Bum, bada, bum, bada, bum. Out of here. Like if you look at this drop that happened on gold, the end of it, and this is where most traders blow accounts. I think I took a loss in here too, somewhere. But I remember I'm pretty sure we caught like a shift too. But if you look at both drops, they have like a shift. Both of them have like a shift that actually happens. More than one. So there's something you can actually study in these drops to understand structure more. Like how shifts look. An important shift that happens. Both drops did the same thing essentially. You can see a retest of like this area. That ended up happening. There was like an initial shift here. And price pushes up. And then we came back into that. That's how I was able to catch that big trade 2 weeks ago, because I studied this. So 2 weeks ago, if anybody remembers, I was in these buys. I caught this up. And I even started taking buys here. There was two signals I sent before this started. Before this went up to like here and here. Before it went higher. There was like 4 good trades I sent that were from studying what happened over here. Some of you guys might remember Um, a buy that I took over here before this pushed up. I called it out. It was like 1,000 pip TP. All targets got smashed for 1,000 pips. That was because I studied what happened over here. Man, that's because I studied what happened over here. There was a few trade setups. I kind of understood where the market was in a sense. Essentially, like, very similar price action happened with like a shift, like a good actual like shift, strong move in price, and then it like came back into that. You go even you go smaller than that, like smaller time frames, you can see them. But yeah, like watch out with gold. Like I'll look for a buy, didn't work out, and just chilling right now, holding like some small positions, but beware of like potentially that lower low. I just broke down the chart completely there for you guys, so you can go back on your charts and kind of look at this area and get an idea. Yeah, like we could even try to go down. We could try to go up more before even if price is gonna go down like crazy. Like if you look at what price did, we had the high, low, and then it corrected for a while, ran down, made a lower low. Looks like it's in that like correction for a little bit stage, maybe before that brings a continuation on or another strong drop. One of these stronger drops. One of these stronger drops. But if like you notice up top what happened before the big drop, like see, there's a difference in price action right now and up there. The break here. We don't have like a entry like that right now to so much confirm that we're just gonna get a big drop. What do I think gold will do? Kind of what it did last year, probably in these next months. So let's go to April, May, June last year. If you look at gold, there was a period where it stayed kind of stagnant, which is normal for gold. Gold can actually do something like this for long periods of time. If you look at last year, there was a period of time where gold actually spent months. Not necessarily like a strong trend, but there was daily trends down, daily trends up, daily trends down, daily trends up, daily trends down, daily trends up. More equal price action back and forth. Kind of in a range. It maintained itself. Like I don't think gold's gonna go into like a full bear market. I think we'll see more daily trends down, daily trends up. You had a period last year, a pretty long period, months. It spent months, and I remember I was looking for swings all the time in there. I remember looking for swing trade buys all the time in there and getting break evens, a lot of break evens, a lot of trades that would hit, take profit, come back to entry, then go down. Like I remember always trying to look for buys in there because it was like gold's gonna go up. Spent a long time last year, months actually. I was in April, not right into April. It started pushing up, but April heading into May, middle of April, May, June, July, all the way until August. End of the summer. There was a huge rally starting at kind of the end of August. That's when anyone who was in the inner circle in that time period, there was some crazy, like, it was a time to be around. If you were in the inner circle then, like September, October, it was definitely a time to be around. That was like an insane market experience we had. Maybe we'll get another one later this year. I think because we're above 4,000 now, I feel like we're gonna stay above that. Like, and when I look at what happened last year, gold spent April, May, June, July, August, 5 months not exploding, which is what it's done a lot, like how it's moved, not going down, not going up, more daily trends, nice daily trends up, daily trends down, daily trends up, daily trends down. That was heading into May, after April. It calmed down a bit, right? But there was still a lot of uncertainty in the world. Like, look where we are now. That's why gold went as high as it did, because look at what happened. Gold went as high as it did because, look, a war broke out. Countries, investors, people are already preparing for that, right? Smart money. We're above a very key price, like 4,000. I always look at prices. Time too, like we've spent some time now above 4,000. 3,900, 3,800, higher 3,000s. Interesting thing to kind of consider, how we're above that price. Countries offloaded gold for cash. Some countries even bought gold back if you actually look into it at some cheaper prices. Cash moved where it's more convenient for the time being. In times like this of major geopolitical uncertainty, cash is going to move to where it's more necessary, convenient, where it's survival. Gold's a safe haven, long-term asset, store of value, more like a savings account in a way. For some people look at it as a hedge too. When when the derivative goes back to like, oh, okay, cash, when those things where cash isn't as necessary aren't, producing, all that money will go back into gold. Telling you. And if we look at the events that happened this year, the world's going to live in uncertainty. I don't think the world's going to go forward. The world's going to probably still live in uncertainty the next few years. I don't think it's just like complete bear market for gold. But like, look at what happened last year for a while. It's been like 5-6 months, sort of just like sideways for a bit. End of the year rallied. We already know a lot of banks. We already know what the banks have been targeting and stuff. My opinion for the long term is like gold's still what it's been, and like gold, I think for the long term, gold's gonna be what it's been. There'll still be a value to it. It's not just gonna crash like a meme coin. It's not going to do that. It's not going to crash like a meme coin or a Solana coin or a crypto. I don't think, like, if anything, it maintains some store of value. I think there's some maintainment there, right? Price maintains certain levels. Yeah, we could see price go down to cheaper levels, but still like a maintainment overall. $4,000 is that level, I think, to kind of start out with, like on the bigger picture, because they almost came to it. 4,100, right? We look at last year. after gold rallied for a while, because gold started rallying after starting COVID, a bit before COVID, and then when Ukraine, Russia, and the whole stuff in the Middle East a couple years ago started. And then tariffs just added fire to it. Last June, remember what happened in June last year? June. This isn't the first U.S. and Iran conflict. Remember last June how U.S. struck Iranian nuclear facilities. What did gold do after that, right? So gold, it's not just going to crash like a lot of people think, like a crypto, right? It's probably going to maintain its store in some way on the bigger picture. Just had a little spike up. That 4650 has been freaking interesting. Look at the price action around it. Holy, I tell you. Yeah, 4650 has definitely had some interesting price action. Some definitely interesting price action around 4650. Shift up. Yeah, we gotta clear. I think we got we're trying to clear a high right now. We're trying to clear this high. I think clearing these highs are important. We clear those highs, it's like buyers could be more in control. There's been a lot of stop loss hunts here. I got stopped out. Literally, I watched it hit my stop loss so quick. I was like, wow, that hasn't happened to me in a long time. Like, just like that quick. I was like, holy. It just dumped. I was like, $1,800 is gone like that. Like, price looks like it's trying to shift out, but there's been a lot of liquidity, like stop loss hunts, liquidity grabs. Around this 4650. 4650 has been an interesting level. Look at it. Definitely an interesting level for a 4650. We've literally seen price. I've been watching that 4650 all night. Yeah, it's chopping around it. Price hasn't really found much expansion so far this week. So that's what I mean. Like, it could dump. Price could dump because it hasn't found much expansion. It's been accumulating, sitting here. So that shift, like, if it can shift out, we could get like a shift out here. What I was talking about when I kind of got on, that's important. I mean, pay attention to the news today. Trump, he's going to be speaking probably today or have things to say. Look what he said on Easter Sunday. Any of you guys see what he said on Easter Sunday? I'm not going to say it word for word. I'll maybe pull it up, but he had some things to say Easter Sunday, which were interesting. I'm not gonna say a word for word, but I'm sure a lot of you guys saw. Yeah, you like a shift would be kind of evident, like more. I would say just better confirmed, more confirmed. It's definitely like stalling around that, like doing a lot of interesting price action at that 4650. Last 4 hour was bullish, so directionally, like short term 4 hours bullish here. You can see last 4 hour candle was bullish. We are at 4650. You got to use like $10 areas. I'm gonna start using $10 areas for all my signals now. Yeah, no more $5 areas. I'm gonna just use $10 areas. Yeah, like 4 hour candlestick right now. We do have a bullish one there. It's an inverted hammer. It has a top wick. It's not the strongest candlestick. This candle, you can see it just made a push up. It's trying to push up. There are some buyers here because look, we're literally at a support, right? That support comes at 46.25. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely interesting price action we're getting though. 4650. Some people asked about in the chat. Like it's the level I was looking at, like too. So I'm like, if anybody like you guys saw, yeah, I sent a signal at loss. The Telegram's not doing it, but the Discord, I sent signals in Discord last week. At the same time, I made the Telegram. Um, if anyone saw that signal, like if anyone knows my strategy, you probably would have saw what I was looking at in the moment too. That's what I mean. If you guys learn my strategy, you'll understand the signals more, and you could say, you know, like not like if you saw like there's not random trades I've taken. Anyone who saw that signal and knows my strategy probably knows like, okay, I see maybe what he's looking at. Yeah, I was looking at the 4650, trying to see if it would hold. It didn't hold. And yeah, like you can still see that price is just like it's tried to recover it a few times, like we have. Still like it's not the cleanest price action. It's starting to look like accumulation to the left, price accumulated, and now we're getting like even more. Like you can see how we were sideways here. 9 o'clock hit, broke down, wicked back up. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, look at this. Oh, that's what I was just thinking. 4650. Like, if anyone knows my strategy, yeah, it wasn't a good trade. Like, it didn't hit. Everyone knows you would have seen like, okay, maybe I see kind of maybe what he's looking at. I see what just happened. Look at the crazy price action we've been getting. Some wicks down, 4 hour. I'm in buys like I showed you guys when I got in. Was trying to see if this 4 hour this 4 hour candle, I got in because I was like, okay, 4 hour close bullish, let me get in. Simple as that. Like I re-entered because I saw the 4 hour close bullish, so I was like, you know what, and re-enter. I'm trying to see, my plan was to see if this 4 hour would stick bullish. It's 4 a.m. not craziest volume. Market's definitely awaiting for news today. Next days, we do have news. We got like FOMC, CPI news this week too. Notice this too, big banks. Like notice like we haven't talked a lot about like crypto news. We did one day. Notice how while like there's a lot going on in the world, you got stuff like this. Banks and crypto firms have privately agreed on a deal for the Bitcoin market structure bill. An announcement is expected this week. Look at this. So like behind the scenes, look at kind of what's happening. Have you seen what Coinbase did for real estate too? How you can mortgage like with Bitcoin and like Coinbase is doing stuff. There's stuff quietly kind of happening under the scenes, getting regulated while this freaking war is going on. So what is the masses? Before the war, the masses were focused on Epstein files. Now it's like, oh, create a bigger problem that people can be distracted by, and you kind of forget about that, right? It's like, what? For a month straight, all you heard was Epstein files. At the same time, as a war breaks out, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Bill Gates testify. All these actually CEOs, political leaders, as the war is breaking out, are testifying in court. Under oath. Oh no, that didn't happen. While, for a month straight, think about all this stuff. The world was distracted by Epstein files for a month straight. Now war. Everyone forgot about that, right? Epstein files. Now war. Like the masses are programmed now, like war every day, literally. Wow, this stuff is just quietly kind of happening under the scenes. you know, quietly under the scenes, they are already positioning the next evolution. What happened 100 years ago? The Great Depression. Now they're doing the silent depression, quietly inflating things. Look at gold, a hard asset, is expensive now. More expensive than it's been. While at the same time gold went up, the cost of living went up too. They inflated hard assets and they inflated the cost of living at the same time. Bitcoin went to 126,000 at the same time. They could be planning the next evolution. We might be witnessing it, just saying. We might be witnessing the next evolution here. They might be planning it. Make everything more expensive so the average Joe. So you have different classes, right? You have obviously poor, low class, middle class, upper class, right? Or depending on where you live, you might say those terms. If you live in London, you might London. That's how they talk in like London. You have like rich, wealthy, or you have percentages. Maybe you have the 1%, the 5%, the 10%, and the 90%. Let's just say you have bottom, middle, upper. So what happens in times like this is it gets really stretched, right? Most of the money ends up circulating from the bottom to the top or middle to the top. Middle class goes down, right? Things get more expensive. It's kind of like what happened 100 years ago. And then they do these things at the same time, right? So just pay attention to not always what they say, what they do too, behind the scenes. Because banks have been bashing crypto for years, right? Not what they say, watch what they do, is what I mean. So this is interesting. Let's like this. Bull Theory. Shout out Bull Theory. Oh, this guy's just freaking. He knows. You guys should watch this. If you didn't watch this one's crazy. It's one war, 7 global shortage. It's not just about oil, too. Oh, man. For like fertilizer, fertility. Oh, man. Oh, there it is. There's my buys, finally. Little bugger. Oh, I gotta look at this now. Times be hard with freaking war markets. Let's see. I might just hold these out. Maybe I'm on the right side of uncertainty today. 20K day? No. I need a 20K day and I'm good. I need to make 20K and I'm good. Yeah, I entered this because the 4-hour closed bullish, right? And like, it's like the same trade I was looking at earlier. Like I was trying to look for buys 46.50. I entered this literally at, you can literally see a little bit above 46.50. 46.51 is like my entry. Well, we just broke. Well, we're trying to break. We took it this high. Trying to get above here. Like I was saying before, remember the beginning of the session? I think I still have it drawn, yeah, this thing. Oh, I just saw an inch. Let's pull this up. I even seen like they look like the that's interesting. Yeah, watch this. Go on YouTube. Type in game theory. You'll be like, holy shit. Where did this guy come from? He knows a lot. He knows a lot. He knows a lot. Fight via appears to be over Coinbase deal. Signed April 1st. Say within 40 hours of the deal. Sources now say compromise was finalized Friday. The Senate Banking Committee markup is expected in the second half of April. If it's holds the most important piece of crypto legislation in U.S. history moves forward. That's why I think that someone said that's why Trump's trying to hit the power plants and energy because of Iran and Bitcoin mining. I think Iran could mine a Bitcoin for or something like the energy. It's like 49 cents or something. Trump posted a video of the Great Depression. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. He just posted this? No way. Did he just post this? When it? No way he actually posted this. Bro, New York City, 1929. That's the Great Depression. Yeah. Like when Netflix started making like videos about like things, like Netflix makes like movies and then you start to see like those things come and you're like, what the heck? So you get like signals, like hints, like it's like they put it in your face. They tell you, they tell us things, right? Some of you guys know what I'm talking about if you've been down your rabbit holes. If you've been down your fair share rabbit hole, you know how stuff is right in front of us. Simpsons. There you go, Simpsons. Simpsons. There. Yo, no way. Bro, exactly. He's trying, this is let's use game theory here. Game theory. Reverse engineer everything you see this guy say. I'm on TikTok Live. TikTok Live doesn't like this part. Oh no. Madness. Bum bada bum. And that. Interesting. Oh, I just saw another person. Okay. In the Great Depression, gold. Gold was a good thing to have, all right? Gold was actually a good thing to have. Okay. Sheesh. Oh, there's your president. Maybe is he fear-mogging us right now? It looks good. Like, this is the thing. This guy, you got to think. Oh. Thank you. About to make my L back. Hey, when I jumped on, I showed you guys I was in buys. So hey, that was the first. I showed you guys first when I jumped on. I was in buys. Oh, nice. I'll take a screenshot of this because I gotta make I gotta make a trade breakdown for Inner Circle on this. Why I took it. I have some trade breakdowns that I've been making. I want to add this one to it. I'll take a screenshot in case I don't have it live still. But simple here, Um, 4 hour. If like I sent the signal earlier today, and like I said, if you guys know my strategy, you probably would have been able to be like, okay, I see why Evan's looking for buys. 46.50, you know. Oh, nice. Nice. I came more ready on this one. Nice. Hey, I entered I was live in this when I came on, all right? So, hey, you guys should have saw. You could have took the position. Same thing I do. Same thing I did earlier. I took a trade live earlier. It lost. Oh, look at Ted Pillows just posted this on Twitter. He said, yeah, see? Oh, man, let's see. I'll show. Here's another Twitter thread here. Let me pull this one up. This one might make some of you chuckle. Here, I just saw this, too. Oh, yeah, I think Trump. Yeah, when was this? Trump just post this? 15 minutes ago. I'm seeing another person I just saw on my phone. No way. Gotta pay attention. There's so much things. See, the war got me paying attention to war things, man. Trump posted about 1929. That's interesting. Why? Before the crash, markets looked strong. Leaders said everything was fine. There you go, right there. That third one he said there, yo. But liquidity was already drying up. Farmers couldn't sell their goods. Only hard assets like gold survived. Maybe Trump's trying to say, hey, we got to go back to times like this. I think Trump just has a mirage of he just loves how it looked back here. You know, he sees people walking on the streets. Everyone's fine. Things look good, but he's showing the 1% right now. I think he's showing the 1%. Look how these people are dressed, bro. I don't know, man. Some of these people are wearing like top hats. I see a fur coat. Like I see a full-on fur coat. That's probably like Fox right there. Look at these suits. These aren't cheap suits. Look at it right there. I'm seeing like fur and stuff. Like, yeah, like stilettos, this and like these people. Is that a French bulldog? What kind of dog is that? I think he's displaying where are these people lined up? Where are they lined up? The bank? It looks like he's kind of just showing like people literally wearing like top, like unless I mean, this to me looks like a minority of people, a small minority. Like doesn't look like I don't think everyone dressed like that. Did they? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Old man Trump here. Jenga. Oh. Yep. Hey man, 46.50's been a tough one. Some of you guys might look like right now. I'm prepared to take 3 to 5 trades a day. That's where my risk management's at. Cause bro, 46.50. I literally got stopped out to be in this trade with 46.50. 46.50's been a tough one tonight. You know, fucking blame the war markets, but there could still be a setup there. I stuck with it, as you can see. That's the thing of strategy, like in some adapting. Like right now, I'm preparing myself to at least take like 3, potentially up to 3 trades a day if one of my setups don't hit. If I see a good setup, this, and that. That's like in terms of risk management. What I mean, like okay, I might have to take another setup, so I'm prepared to lose and be like okay, not lose too much where I can take another trade. Nice. Yeah, my account's almost back. The 5,000. It's back at 17,000. I'm gonna flip this account to 50K. Watch. Gotta find a dinger. It's coming. Gold buys held 46.50. Went over it earlier and like I tried. There was some attempts. Like it just broke. So we got the break. So now it's like you could get a pullback. I might close this and wait for a pullback and another entry at 46.50. We did get a break. Started shifting out here. It could try to pull back to 46.50. Could attempt to go back there. All right, you could possibly come back to 46.50. Yeah, like it's pretty much the same trade. I was trying to buy after this thing did some crazy movement here, got in too early, waited, and well, this trade that I just showed you guys, I waited once I saw this 4-hour close. And I even said on the stream I did earlier tonight, you could wait for the 4-hour to close and buy. I did say that. If you're on the stream, I did earlier. I did say you could wait for 4-hour and then buy. Yeah, like I was trying for 46.50. I had to try more than once to get in this good move. Maybe it sticks, maybe it holds. 4-hour close bullish. And like I said when I got on, this could happen, right? We could get a break up and maybe to be more confirmed, 46.50 gets retested again. You could possibly come back down, retest 46.50. Yeah, if you've been paying like with crypto, yeah, Trump, I don't know, man, interesting. That's interesting because this isn't the first thing, and this is big. The Clarity Act, market structure bill. We were getting news on that last May, last June, last July, right? Like, it's gonna get passed this week. Like, this thing's been prolonged for a while, and think about XRP. I want to give you guys a situation right now. XRP. I made a lot of money on that last year. I had to hold XRP for years to get that too. XRP went through a stage where it was prolonged through things. Just a coin. The SEC didn't like XRP. The Securities Exchange Commission. What was it, Gary? Was it Gary Gensler? Or whatever, Gary Gensler at the time. If I'm not mistaken. And after some clarity got passed too, like look what XRP ended up doing. This is like an XRP situation, but for the whole market. If anybody remembers, wow, XRP was suppressed. XRP was really suppressed here because Bitcoin went to 69,000. Everything went up like crazy. And XRP, it ran. It had a good move. It's kind of like how crypto this year went. I didn't end up stopping XRP from reaching $3.60 again. So, this is important. It's something that's been prolonged too. We've been seeing more news, developing news of this and other things in the last, notice 2-ish, now going on to the third week. Notice that the last 2 weeks, now the third week, we're seeing more of this type of stuff. I've pulled up a few of these types of posts on some sessions. In the midst of a whole war, right? In the midst of like a whole entire war going on. Yeah, I've seen these charts too. Yeah. More people are going to be paying attention to this war. Unless you're in crypto, like you're probably going to be like seeing this. I don't think most people realize how big that is. even if most people are aware of it. Most people, like, most people in crypto is what I mean. I don't think most people in crypto realize how big that is. ETF inflows, nice to see. On Ethereum. That's a kick. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, look at Goldie Gold. Yeah, I, like in this market, like I saw 4650 went for it, didn't work. I had to retry it. Like, when I saw a 4 hour, if you go in the session I did earlier, I said if 4 hour closes bullish, you could watch it. I said you could wait, or you could even you could wait. You could take buys now or look for 4 hour to close bullish. On the session earlier, that's why I entered this position. And like I took an L. Can make it back and a bit more. Floating a little bit, nothing crazy right now. I'm up 3,000 on my other account, so floating almost 6,000 right now. Interesting news. What happens today? I don't know. BlackRock bought some Ethereum. Seen that. After a very, very consistent outflow. 102 million, 31 million, 51 million, 25 million, 33 million, 140 million, 70 million, 9 million. Inflow, outflow, outflow, and then today an inflow. Watch for this, because this is the exact signal that made me $133,000 last year in one trade that I broke down for you guys and called out live, told everybody I was buying, broke it down, like literally gave everybody all the news. It was last year around this time too. Wow, around this time. If you go back last April, going into May last year. Start to watch this. Go watch the video on my YouTube channel. Start to watch this, because last year I made $133,000 on one trade setup, and I gave you guys all the info, especially if you were inside the inner circle. At that time, you got all that info of me breaking down why I'm doing this, how much I bought, what's going on, everything. All of that. I made $133,000 on that trade. All right. Literally, it was last year. I posted the video 4 months ago, but it was last year around this time where I broke this whole thing down. Everything I did, because I did it live on stream. Like I told everybody about it. It was some good time ago. I might have put it in crypto news, to be honest. Might be in crypto news. There was a period where last year, yeah, I'm gonna find it because you guys, this part's important. You guys gotta see this part. I might have maybe crypto news. Let's see. Let's see. There was a time last year where some signals started to kind of arise with BlackRock inflows. Yeah, here it is. This is when I started talking about it. It was April 27th last year. Go to the streams. Go to the streams around that time, and you'll see, like, I broke this down. Oh, there's Ted again. Look who it is. Well, interesting. These are signs you got to look for. Before this, they had so much outflows. It was just constant outflows. And then they started inflowing. Signs like that are big, especially BlackRock. If you start to see them accumulate more, like there's been constant outflows. Those could be some decent signs. Like that tells you why Ethereum's at price it's at right now, chilling above 2,000. Bit of some inflows there. That's good to see that a major, still in the space. But if this is something we want to see pick up. When I remember last year, like I started talking about this, and ETH was literally at the bottom. I said possible signs for ETH, and ETH was literally at the bottom. Ethereum was literally at the bottom at that time. I started giving the signs then, and on the stream saying everything I was doing. And yeah, something to pay attention to is signs, because I remember when BlackRock started really inflowing, it was literally around this time last year, like in here. And it literally marked a bottom for Ethereum. I mean, the masses aren't going to... The thing you guys got to understand is what I'm talking to you guys right now. Your neighbor who's going to get into crypto when crypto is all-time highs is not going to be paying attention to this stuff. So the 90% that only get in when the headlines speak to them, the media. Like, you don't think if Ethereum went back to $4,000, like if Ethereum went back to $4,000, you don't think everybody would be talking about it again? Like, oh my God, Ethereum, oh yeah, like, right, like that type of shit. Like, I think no one's talking about crypto as much. Why? Because it's dead. But if you think if Ethereum went to 4K right now, oh, everybody would be talking about it again, right? So like your neighbor, your average Joe, your crypto influencers. I think there's only like 5 crypto influencers out there now. There's I think only like 5 now that actually are like legit or survive. Like, I think there's only a few solid crypto groups out there in the world. So crypto is like hard. Crypto is not the easiest thing that it maybe comes by. It's easy when prices are pumping and everybody's just buying, and they get in when price is bullish. That's the easiest part, but that's when the masses start to jump into, when it's more convenient. When the news is saying Bitcoin just hit $89,000, or a new price, So Ethereum, don't fade that. Some people think Ethereum's dead. I disagree. I wouldn't fade Ethereum. Some people think it's dead. That might be a like. There's an opportunity in that, right? That you might miss out on thinking of it like that. That most people will miss out on. So if you miss out on it, you're not alone. But most people would miss out. Most people miss out on the good things about the market. Get in late. So it's like signs like this, people don't pay attention to. All right? Simple sign. Maybe that starts some positivity. Let's see what you got to pay attention to what these major ETFs, because the game's changed now, right? Outflows. What's going on with Bitcoin? I know they were outflowing. They were selling Bitcoin and then they did an inflow. They sold Bitcoin and then they look at this, BlackRock ETFs. Inflows yesterday. Gold. I already went over gold. Like you could wait for a pullback. I'm probably gonna maybe close this trade off. But what time is it? It's 4:41. I'm gonna be on for New York session later, so we'll be on in like 3 hours, 4 hours or so when New York sessions, or a little bit before New York session. I'm gonna wrap it up for now. Gold could pull back, like I said, probably gonna come back. Like it could try to retest 46.50 again. Like I was saying, if any of you guys were on at the beginning or early on, I drew this up at the beginning, if anyone remembers. The range, talking about the highs, the range. So if anything, it could try to retest, pull back to 46.50. Dollar is having some of that weakness now. You can see dollar weakness is coming in. Daily is flipping bearish on the dollar already. So we are getting a daily momentum bearish right now on dollar. Euro USD is probably going to be going up. Yeah, Euro USD is pushing up. Like I said, Euro USD could possibly push up. I didn't say anything about GU, but there you go. Euro's pushing up. Dollar's pushing down. Gold's going up. There you go. You could look for pullbacks on gold. Looks like buyers are in control. Probably pullbacks for continuation moves. Dollar is rejecting, and daily could maybe daily stays down on dollar. But yeah, I'm still in these buys. I don't know. Like I think I'm just trying to hold. Like I'm gonna hold my losers. I hold my losers until they lose. I'm gonna hold my winners. I've been just letting my winners run. That's how I was able to make that $18,000 in the day. So they just let winners run. So I've been just letting my winners run. Going for that big home run, you know. Trying to let some winners run. Yeah, like I said, maybe pullbacks, continuations. Like buyers just really took control, shifting up in price. We just broke out of like all this top range, so possibly like a pullback retest. All right, back into like the range. Same thing I said when I got on. Same thing. Same thing I said when I got on. Oh yeah, this looks nice. When I got on, I showed you guys I was in buys. I wouldn't be like, I showed you guys I was in buys when I got on. Hopefully you guys caught it. Let me know in the chat if any of you guys took it. At least you guys learned. Hopefully. Let's see how this plays out. I'm probably just gonna hold this. I don't know. I gotta see how I feel when I get off. I'm gonna get off, watch it for a bit. 4 hour just pushed up like, so we're at the high. It's at resistance now, so it's like definitely an area where there could be scalpers reacting for sells. Still time left on the 4 hour. Yeah, like there could be another setup. That's the thing. Like I'm already looking at potentially the next setup because it could try to come back to 46.50. I'll probably close this trade because made my L back. I have some trades on MetaTrader open as well. Like I said earlier, like I said, I was looking for 46.50 to hold. It wasn't, the easiest maybe scenario with the market. 4 hours shows you the importance of 4 hour closures because I did enter this trade after 4 hour closed. I recommend if get a funded if the that's why I've been trading on this account so I can take more trades. Because 1%, like think about it. I'm not even up 1% right now, but I'm still up $3,200. But I'm not even up 1% of my account. Right, 1% would be like 3,700. Right. So I mean, I could take 3 to 5 trades a day on this account. And risk 500. I could risk $500 a trade, or I could risk $1,000 a trade, 1,500, or I could risk 2,000 on a trade. Like 1%'s, you guys can see the balance, so you can do the math yourself. I mean, I've been trading. I started trading on this because look how much volatility there is in the market, right? I can lose a trade and it's like, okay, it's not really that big of a scratch to me if I'm doing proper risk management, right? Like the trade that I lost, I didn't even lose 1%, right? I lost 0.5%. on that trade that I lost. It was like 0.5% that I lost. I lost like $1,400 on the last trade that I took. I lost like $1,400. Not bad. I can control that. That's the thing. Like, trading is about finding some control. And I was talking about this earlier today. I was talking about rhythm and, kind of finding like the lane that you're in, like what lane you're in, your trading lane, you know? I don't know, with the volatility, like I teach different styles. I teach you guys how to flip accounts. I teach you guys how to execute, take trades, right? There's different ways to grow an account. You can flip an account. I know someone who retired on trading in one trade. All right, made 40 million on one trade. They're done trading. They haven't traded in 5 years. It's like if you're at a level in your execution and you trust your execution, you know what you're doing, you have skills, you risk the right money on the right trade, you could pay out, right? That sounds like gambling, but I know people have done that, right? They put the right risk on the right trade and it paid out. And then they retired. I know people have retired off of trades. One trade, right? One singular trade that they knew something was gonna happen in the world and it happened and they knew how it was gonna go. And they bet their money, they put the risk. They risked money on something they thought was going to happen. I know several people doing that, but I know one individual who did that on 40 million in one trade. So it's like at a point when you take thousands and thousands and thousands of trades and you make $10 a trade, $10 a trade, $5 here, $20. At a point you got to scale your risk. That could be with more money or higher percentage risk. Like at some point it's like you've taken so many trades, you should know what you're doing, trust your abilities, where you put down effective risk in your execution. If this sounds crazy to you, go talk to a profitable go talk to someone who's made money trading. Go talk to a trader who has made money. And I mean fucking someone's yearly salary in a day type of shit. And then gone to the store and bought some shit. Like just don't talk, like just live off, like, right? If it sounds crazy, it's just like psychology. Go read The Mental Game of Poker. Some of you guys just don't have psychology. You gotta get off the Instagram, get off the TikTok, and read some books. Read some books for once. Read some books. Some of you guys need to master psychology in trading. Or it could be a funded account. I mean, it's up to you. How you trade is up to you. There's different ways. I've taught how I've made money. That's why I've started a lot of teaching from the beginning. When I first started trading, when I was working a job, what did I do? I would flip accounts. You might say I got lucky. I threw $2,000 once in XRP. It flipped to $80,000. So there's stories I could tell you where because of the timing that I started, some people might say it's luck. But at the time, I'll tell you, it wasn't fucking easy. So there's stories I could tell you where it's, oh, you got lucky, you were young, this, that. Nah, man. Like, how many people would have actually started my age? Nah, like, people say, like, oh, you got lucky because you were young. Bro, you know how many people I tried to convince and you know how many friends I tried to tell to work on trading with me that said, nah, you're crazy, fuck you, you're crazy, you're gonna fail, like, I'll see you working at McDonald's one day type of shit. Like, nah, like people say, oh, you got lucky because you started young. Bro, nobody wanted to do this. Nobody wanted to trade. None of my friends wanted to trade. They were all scared, skeptical. It was too hard for them. They don't want to put in the work. The fuck? I got lucky. I was the only person in my freaking like city. Me and like a few other that stuck to it in my like whole entire city that I'm from. that really like stuck to it and made multiple seven figures out of it. So it's like, duh, like people will start or have motivation to start. That's easy. Getting motivation to start, that's fucking easy. You can go to the gym on New Year's. Like, well, everybody has motivation to start, but nah, sticking to it, bro. I know so many people, yo, when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, that I was like, yo, bro, we gotta figure this fucking trading thing out together. Some of my best friends, bro, they didn't have the mindset. They didn't have the IQ. None of them. So you can only convince people, like, that's why like no one's gonna push you. Like, it's you versus yourself at the end of the day. Like, it's you versus your fucking self. It's you versus the person you look at in the mirror every single day. How good are you gonna get? How good are you? Are you even good? You know, it's you versus yourself, not the people around you, not your peers, not me. I can push you, I could guide you in the right direction, right? But like, it's you versus yourself too. Because I already put almost 100,000 hours into the charts. I've put my 100,000 hours, right? Yes, 100,000. Yes, I said that. I meant that. 100,000 hours, not 5,000 hours, not 1,000 hours, not 10,000 hours. I've dedicated well over 70, 80, 90,000 hours to this. So that's like the difference. So some of the questions you guys ask me, it's like, bro, I just trade. Sometimes it's just like that. Like, it's not complicated why I took the same trade again. I lost, yeah, but the market made the move I was looking for, so I stuck to it. It's just sometimes sticking to things. And that's where most people miss the key learning moments. You take a loss, fuck this shit, I'm done for the day, I'll come back tomorrow. Oh, trade set up right in front of you. So, I mean, how you react to your losses is important, is what I mean by what I just said. How you react to things. It's like, if you're like, if you take a loss, you're not prepared for it, there could still be another entry right in front of you. That's why I'm in this trade, because the 4 hour closed bullish, right? The 4 hour. Hopefully some of you guys are in it with me. I hope. I bet my right nut on it, because the last session I bet my left nut on something. So I bet some of you guys are in it. I'd hope some of you guys are. Because, like, if you know my strategy, that's the thing. If you've been a student, if you showed up, you should know my strategy. So you should know why I was looking for buys earlier tonight. If you know the strategy. Right? Like, it was clear. Like, it looked like buys. Like, gold didn't... I wasn't going to sell gold in this accumulation. It just goes against things that I've done, things that I do. So it's either I'm not looking for the buys... Like, it's either I'm looking for the buy or I'm waiting. So what did I do? I stuck with the buy. That's usually how I do things after operating for 11 years. You could get a retest. And honestly, knowing that, I might get out of this because, you know, pretty much break even that would be a break even then. Maybe next setup, rebalance. I'll close this one. I think I'm going to close this one. Come back a bit. A little bit of a comeback. 380. I don't know why. I'm just struggling with that 380. It's like my threshold right now. 380. 380,000. I'm telling you. I got to 382. Now I'm 381. I'm telling you. 380 is just like a little threshold right now. It's okay. I think I could take this to 1 million by summertime. Who knows, by next month. Or if I do it by the end of the year, I'm fine. Like, it could take me by the end of the year. I'm not sitting here like I have to take it to 1 million next month. No, it could happen by the end of the year, and that's fine. Like, if I take this to $1 million by the end of the year, it's fine. I'm in no rush. I'm telling you, there's gonna be a day where there's a big trade. You will see it. Like, some of you guys have seen a couple ones. There'll be a day where there's a big trade, and that day will start the road to the million. Really, but I've been scaling it. Slow and steady wins the race. Because slow and steady can turn into fast, and trading slow is fast. And one day you can have a trade that you make 100K on. Boom, 50K. Boom, the right trade, the right execution. That's what I mean. Slow and steady wins the race, but in trading, slow is fast. So, operate like how you operate's key. Like, the slower I take this account, the more prone I'm going to be to finding really good setups that I know I can put the right lot size on and hold. Like, imagine, like, let's see, like, it's a small lot, but imagine, like, swinging a position like this, even on an account size like this, to 4,800, let's say. Imagine swinging a position like this to 4,800. That's still, like, huge profit. Like, for the account, I mean, for the position. That'll be crazy. I mean, for the position size, right? For the position size, right? If it was 10 lots, that wouldn't be like, oh. If it was 10 lots, it wouldn't be like, as impressive. But that'd be, for the position size, that would be like huge. Or swinging this to 5K, trying to swing a gold buy to 5K would be huge, right? On one trade, right? I mean, one trade could make a difference at times if you have the right trade. It's about the right trade. So, account size like this, I'm not always in a rush to take a trade, but I have ammunition. If I have ammunition if I need it, right? Counter trend line, break, yeah. Counter trend line retest. That's like here now, right? This area you can see. Recording some content today. Got a new car. I'm going to show you guys soon on the gram. Follow my new Instagram if you haven't seen it. Follow my bad bitch page. It's actually fucking sick. I always like dreamed of like buying a car and posting it, but I haven't even posted it yet. I'm like, I always dreamed of like buying my first whip and posting it. I thought like I was gonna, but because like when you make money, you're not. It's like yeah. Like, I always dreamed like yeah. I'm gonna post it and I'm like okay. As you see, it's fucking sick. It's fucking sick. Silver. Alright, you'll see soon. Leo's here making some sick videos with it. About to drop it. Gonna drop some sick posts. First car I ever bought. Tell me what your first car was. What was your guys' first car? I'm letting you guys know. I haven't talked about it. I haven't posted it or anything. But I'm about to be a little bad bitch on the gram with it. You're gonna see. What was your guys' first car? I'm about to show you guys my first car. You'll see it on Instagram. I'll make sure you follow me on Instagram. There's gonna be some cool content, a lot of cool content loading. I'm gonna show you guys more of my lifestyle, I guess. Some lifestyle. About to whip out the watches. About to go to the vault. Gotta go to the bank. Show y'all how it's done. What was your guys' first car? I bought my first car ever. Bought me first car ever this past week. Literally within the last week. So just been breaking it in, enjoying it. It's like a fucking brand new fridge type of shit. It's fucking the features on it and shit. Next level. Next level. I'm gonna take it to my mom's house and get her reaction. She doesn't even know. I'm gonna take it to her house, get her reaction. She doesn't even know about it. I haven't posted it. You'll see. What was your guys' first car? Type in chat if you have one or not. Even if you have one, maybe you don't have it. Hey, if you don't have a car, guess what? I just got my first car, and you're gonna see what it is soon. You're gonna be like, damn. So don't worry. Make some money. Make a couple $1 million. Set yourself up with a crypto portfolio that's set for life. Things like buy enough crypto that you're set for life, and you know. Don't worry about a car, man. You don't need a car. Buy enough crypto. Make sure you guys follow me on my new page. I haven't even really posted it yet. Follow my new page. If you guys haven't seen my new page, I made a new Instagram account. I got a pretty OG username. Guess how much I had to pay for this? It was free. Ha. But I got a pretty OG username. You know, like back in the Xbox days when you would know if someone had like it was like if you played Xbox, if you played like MLG, if you're actually into like MLG sniper leaderboard type of shit, like some people had like OG names. If you had an OG name, it was like, oh yo, I got my so follow the new page. Made a new Instagram page. I haven't posted the car really yet. There's like a sneak peek. There's some sneak peeks of it. It's orange, so it's got orange interior. It's fucking fire. We don't touch doors now. We don't touch doors now, folks. So that's the thing, man. We don't touch doors. If you know, you know. If you let me see. Fucking 1992, man. That's fucking hard, all right? Hey, if you still don't have a car, don't worry. I just got my first car. I'm 29 years old. I just got my first car, all right? So, hey, sometimes things happen backwards, all right? Usually, like, all my friends when they were 16, 17, they were all getting their first cars. And what was I doing? Fucking blowing accounts, all right? So it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, like I remember my peers or colleagues, people close to me. What were they doing? They were all getting their first whips. What was I doing? Fucking blowing accounts, bro. So, hey, I just got my first whip ever. Like, ever. I've never bought a car before. I've never had a car. So, hey, you have time. If you don't have a car, there's time, man. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are younger than me. And don't have a fucking car yet. So, what was I doing when all my friends were freaking getting cars, partying, going to the club for the first time? I remember when when I turned legal drinking age, I didn't even go to the club. I didn't even drink. I was just so fucking locked in. Like, I was just so locked in. I hated going out. I didn't like going out. I didn't like being around people. Because I was like, this doesn't help the mission. Going out, I hated going out. I was like, this feels like I'm dumbing myself down. So I actually hated going out when I was like 19, 20, like 18, 19, 20, 21. People thought I was weird. But I was just sitting around looking at people like, these people are fucking weird. Like, why are they sitting in a room or just trying to chill all night? And like, I want to level up. Like, that was where my mindset was at. So I actually hated going out and being around people. People thought I was weird, but it was just me being like, yo, I just don't even, like, this is pointless. It was just pointless. Bro, I've been outside. All right. I have been outside more than you could imagine what being outside is. All right. I have lived a crazy life. So I didn't care about going out. Eventually, fuck, I've been like, I used to go out 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week, four nights a week when I lived in Miami, in Florida. I used to go out every night. I didn't give a, so when I started, I didn't give a fuck about anything about, except for getting good at trading or locking in. But yeah, like, I mean, everyone needs a car. I mean, like, now I'm like 29, like, and I'm like, shit, I'm getting older. I'm like, fuck, I actually need one to get around. It's it's annoying not having one. So, y'all, follow the new page. Gonna be posting all the new content there. Like, a lot of new content's gonna be posted on there. Oh, look, I need to follow myself back. Huh? There. I followed myself back. So, yeah, go follow the new page. All right. If you haven't, and you'll see some sick shit on there, all right? You guys are gonna want to be following. I said follow right now. I said right now. Follow, like the post, mans, comment, like, let's get to help the new page, yo. Help the new page. There's 478 of you. We got over 700 people in the inner circle. Damn, man. Where you guys at? You know, shit. Damn, yo. Eventually, this might be like, one day I feel like this will be one day like a private page. Maybe one day, but I'm going to post whatever on this page. It's not going to, I'm just going to post whatever. It's going to be a fun page. So make sure you're following it. That is me. That is me, by the way. How's the gold doing? Follow the page now. Looks like a bullish flag pattern, no? Not much more to talk about other than, like, if you're looking for setups, it's like you gotta wait for like 4650 retest, I would say. What up? Trump, yeah. Oh, it was 13 hours ago. Golf 4, 1992. Okay. Fiat Audi A3. One of my buddies had one of those. What was the something 8? I forget. Yo, Audis are fire. Audis are fire. Audi R8. Audis are fire cars. Honestly, Rolls Royce is my favorite car. They're big. It's just like, for me, the type of person I am. I have someone drive me around. I have a driver. Drives us around, me and my girl. We're literally in the back. It's like perfect. If you have like, if you're a couple, if you have like a couple, if you're with, you have a girl, you have a bad bitch, and like, it's really perfect. We have a driver, drives us around. We're in the back. It's fucking lit. I recommend putting that on your goal list, your bucket list. Rolls Royce, driver, me, my girl, back seat. Boom. Won't say anything else from there, right? All right? Put that on your bucket list, all right? Because that's how we rolling around. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to give you guys an honest truth right now. I don't know where I would be if I didn't start trading. Honestly, don't know. Maybe I'd be a crackhead. Maybe I'd be homeless. Maybe I'd be working a 9 to 5. I could assume I'd probably be a construction worker or doing some woodworking thing. Some trade. I'd probably be a trade, a tradesman, right? I probably wouldn't be living the life I'm living right now. Most definitely not. I can't actually sit here and tell you guys where I would be if I didn't start trading. I don't know. But I can tell you, when I started trading, I knew I would get here. That's the difference. The reason I started trading is because I didn't look at the life I was living wasn't going to get me here. Rolls Royce, backseat, girl, we're having someone driving us around when we're going to dinner. car we just got, right? So I knew trading would allow me to do that, create that life that I visioned. I can't tell you that if I didn't start trading where I would be. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'd be a crackhead. Maybe I'd be a crackhead or something. Who knows, right? Some of you guys might know what I used to do some. Never mind. Anyway, maybe I'd be a crackhead or something, right? Who knows? We all have stories. Locker room talk. But when I started trading, I knew it would have created this life. That's one thing I was certain about. I'm not certain about where I would be right now if I didn't start trading. But when I started trading, I was certain about where it was going to take me. So that's the conviction you need to have for yourself. Whatever you're moving in life, whatever avenue, whatever you're trying to achieve in life, you have to have conviction, confidence for yourself as if it's going to happen. Because I knew when I started trading, it would create this lifestyle for me, this life. I knew. I love watches, for example. I like watches more than cars, but the Rolls Royce is just different. If you've ever been in a Rolls Royce, it's just different. I love watches, for example, right? And I love timepieces. I knew like trading was. I wouldn't have bought a Rolex, an AP, a Patek, a Richard Mille if it wasn't for trading, right? Like, and I knew trading was gonna get me those things. So power to trading, like, fuck, like if it wasn't for trading, who knows where I would be? And maybe I'd probably be a crackhead. I would probably be a crackhead, right? I'd probably be selling dope on the, yeah. Probably doing some shit. Who knows? Who knows, man? Who knows? Let's just be real. But yeah, like I can look back and say like I knew, like I didn't start trading not saying I'm not gonna figure this out. I started trading like it's do or die. I'm gonna figure this out. I don't give a fuck. Like it's do or die. Like when I started trading, it was do or die. Like I'm gonna figure this out. It wasn't like plan B was plan A. Plan C was plan, like there was no if this fails, I'll do this. No, it was I'm gonna figure this out. That was my conviction towards myself from day one when I started trading. So that's the crazy thing. Thinking back, it's crazy to think like that at this point. That I don't know where I'd be. I can't say that. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't start trading. It's crazy to think like that. It's like some Mandela effect on me or something. I don't even know. It's just like a surreal moment where I'm like, holy, I can't actually think of where I'd be. Maybe working this job or that, something like this, something like that. But I can think and say, I can confidently think like I knew I would have been here because of trading, which is it's weird. It's definitely a surreal moment. Could have bought a car a long time ago, but set yourself up like before you buy materialistic things. Before I bought watches, before I bought this car, I made sure I had a crypto portfolio, stocks. I have a lot of gold. That keeps me set for life. Like I have enough Bitcoin that I'm set. Before I got any of the watches or any of the car now, like anything. I've built businesses. I've invested in businesses, things that will be set. So materialistic things are great. Like they might be a foundation of what you aspire for. You want watches, you want the cars, you want this, right? What you get from that is an output, your output. So what your input and your output. How you get materialistic things is your input and your output. Number one would be the impact you have on people around you. So how many people you can help too. I've helped hundreds of thousands of people. Okay? Hundreds of thousands. So One thing is that too, and harnessing your skills. You need skills. Like your skills can help people too, at the end, but you need skills for yourself, right? Materialistic things, those will come if you get skills. So your goals shouldn't be like I need the Rolex, I need the car. That's just visualization. You can visualize those things, speak those things, right? The real goals you need is like I need to be more disciplined. It might sound bad, but yeah, how can I be more disciplined? How can I be more of a disciplined person, right? Maybe I need to go to the gym X amount of times per week. You know, don't miss any days. Don't go 3 days without exercising. Something like that. If you know, start in simple foundations of I need better discipline. You're better disciplined, you'll be a better trader. Or just like skill set. Like you're not gonna get materialistic things without acquiring a skill set, like getting good. Oh shit! I gotta look at my phone real quick. What am I doing? I'm just looking at this. We're back. We're fucking back, baby. We're fucking back. I needed this one. We are fucking back. G fucking G. 5 in the morning. There you go. I'm gonna close this one. I have some things on MetaTrader open still, but I'm still holding the trade. Like I closed that, but I'm still holding. I have it open on another account. What's next? I don't know, guys. Man, give me a chill. I don't know. Hopefully, some of you guys caught that and took the trade because I had that position when it was in drawdown when I came on. It was negative when I came on. Well, it was positive, then it went to negative, actually. I know everyone's gonna ask, like, what's next? Right when I get off this session, I'm gonna get a couple text messages, a couple Instagram DMs, a couple Discords, a couple this, a couple that. Asking what am I gonna buy or sell next? I already know. So I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna say one more thing. All right. Like I can't DM everyone every day, man. Like if I get you guys, I'm gonna show you guys my DMs right now. Here. Let me show you guys my DMs. We have hundreds of people registering for the Inner Circle 2.0, by the way. Like, I'm going to show you guys my DMs right now. Okay? Just wait. So, that's just in the last 24 hours. I'm going to go, it's every day. So, I get a lot of DMs. If I don't get back to you, just try to stay patient or spam me. You could just spam me. If I don't get back to you, spam me. Because I get the most random. Someone asked me the other day, what do you eat? Like my eating routine. And I was like, man, a lot of times I don't eat. I fast sometimes. That's why I'm skinny. And I'll eat a lot at once. But I have a high metabolism. I get the most random DMs. I got people hating. I got people sending me shit faces, clown faces, whatever it is. I get random DMs all day. So if you might be down here while people are spamming me some random stuff or important questions. Just spam. Yeah, if you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. 4,700 break and retest. That would be the next for those of you guys wondering. So it's so I say a lot of things on these streams. A lot of things about what's going on, what's happening, updates. We're about to finish this stream up, though. I'm gonna go eat. Friggin' starving right now. We've been on for 2 hours, 27 minutes. Gold is still pushing up. I'm looking at it right now on my phone. I did say it was buy. I said I was looking for the buys, man. It was a tough one. That 46.50 was. There was some messy. It was messy price action around it. Market went to 46.25. 46.25 would have been fine. You might, like, from the looks of it, if it cleans the high, you could maybe get a break and retest at 4,700. Dollar still kind of dropping. Not seeing a whole lot right now, guys. So, like, look, it's either you make, so two things. That I see right now that maybe could possibly play out. Two things. All right. Same zone, still focused on it. That's why I just wrote in Telegram. If you guys saw, same zone, still focused on it. 46.50. This is all I'm seeing right now, but I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. Got to get going. Well, what time we got? 5:30. Okay. I'll be on for New York session. I'm going to come back on New York session. Sells right now? No, I'm not looking for sells right now. Maybe on a higher high. You could be in a sell zone. If you break, so that's the thing. Like, you could be in a sell zone. But if you break, then... So you could be in a sell zone. Possibly. Yeah. Sell zone, maybe in this area. But if this thing breaks and it's gone, like, that's, you know, I'd rather, it looks more bullish right now, price action. So it's like, I'd rather wait for the pullback, try to catch the buys, or break, retest above. Sells maybe on like the next higher high. Like, you get a higher high made on price. I was kind of going over this earlier, if anybody remembers. We create like a higher high, then you could possibly get like a sell. Sells on higher highs. Yeah, you're in a sell zone that's reacted once. But there's possibility of it breaking with the way price and the momentum it has. But like, there's two possibilities for sells, like higher highs if price makes a higher high on the structure. Or yeah, in this area, your invalidation would be if you break above. Like, if you break and close, like, invalidation for sells would be if this breaks above bullish. It's like, okay, if this looks like it's going to break above a candle or the next candle, like if you break this 46.95, 4,700 area, then that would be like an invalidation. But it could be in a sell zone where, yeah, price reacts down to this area. That could be maybe the next angle in terms of, okay, there could be a sell before a buy. So it's like different setups. You could maybe try to see that stick. Like this area could potentially turn into a sell. That brings price down. Or it's like waiting for those buys. Or break and retest 4,700. If we break above, let's say price is stronger and we get that bullish breakout, then it's okay, maybe break and retest. That's what I'm seeing right now. Those kind of two scenarios, which technically is like three scenarios. Because you could possibly get the sell. Then you could possibly get the buy. or maybe break and retest. So different scenarios here. You might have a sell here to come down, scalping momentum. Like you might get some scalping momentum here. What time is this? Last night around this time, price created a sell too. Literally around this time last night, price went into a sell. So you're in a sell zone, a zone that it was in last night, 4-hour area. Around this time, literally prices in the zone here. Possibly sells down. All right. I just put it in Telegram there. Yeah, like possible sells down before maybe retesting that area, that retest area down there. Here, let me delete this, post this one. Yeah, it could be sells in this area, scalping or short term. If we get above 4,700 break and retest. So it's potentially like three or two different moves. You might have sells here, like I was saying moments ago. That brings maybe down to this area. Stop loss like above the high, or stop loss above 4,700. Or you could try to wait and see if that actually happens if you get the buys. Possibility there. I'll just throw this in this chat real quick. And I'll just throw in trading chat real quick. There, possible. Around that area, like what is that? 46.90, 46.90, 46.95 area. You might get some rejection there. Scalping short term. It looks like last night around this time. Yeah, literally last night this time, market went for sells on gold into New York. And then there was a reversal in New York, but then it continued down. There was a bounce between 8:30 and 9:30. But yeah, last night this time, market did drop. Interesting to see that. Just kind of paying attention to that. That possible sells down. As you can see, like you might get some reactions in this area. Price did just run up. That could be a buy zone, like I said. But it looks like we're rejecting. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to reject here, like we are going to come down. I think gold will come down, then possibly to go up. That's what I'm seeing. Sticking with that for now. There could be, like I said, sells that come in. It's already been reacting since I've been saying that a little bit. But yeah, we've been on a little bit over 2 hours. I gotta wrap it up now. Should have just took that sell right then and there, but could have scalped that quick. You have a high here. You could get a retracement down. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna come down to that breakout area, which if you guys remember, I marked up earlier. So we could come down to there. Let's see. That might be the next buy setup. Maybe we retest 46.50 again. 46.50 might get retested again. That 46.50 area, at least like close to it. Might get retested again. Try to come down there. But I'm out, guys. Make sure you guys follow the new account. If you haven't followed the new account, you're gonna miss out on some cool content. Next trade pays for my vacation. This one I needed this one to get me back a bit. I'm back at 17. Need this one to get me back. So next setup, maybe loading. Make sure you guys follow a new account. Next trade pays for my next vacation. Quick vacation. Next trade pays for that. Or break and retest. I'm out though. Gonna wrap this up. I'll be on in a little bit. 2 hours. In the next two, I'll be on in like 2 hours. All right. That's gonna be it for today. Let's see what gold does. I like that. There could be sells, like I said. Some of you guys like sells. Some of you guys only take sells. Some of you guys only take buys. Some of you guys do both. I've noticed that. I've noticed there's people that only take sells. I've noticed there's people that only take buys. And I've noticed there's a bit of both. So sellers might like this one. I noticed that. I've been noticing that. I've noticed that in the groups and in the group chat, the Discord. I'm like, oh wow, there's people that only take sells. And there's some people that only take buys. It's interesting. Shows you there's bulls and bears. That's why there's bulls and bears. It's interesting. That's interesting. But that's gonna be it. I'm out. Like I said, follow the new page on Instagram. I'm out. I'll see everybody next stream. Gonna wrap it up for now. That's all we see. There, like I said, could be sells. I could turn into a buy. Maybe there's a good buy setup down here around the 4660 for like retesting 4650. It gives you sort of like a counter trend line there too. If you want to get all fancy with those. If you want to get fancy with your trend lines, all right?